I'm just sitting here. I got time. It's clear to see from up here. The world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Greetings, Glitter Gang, and happy Thursday. Welcome to Christmas in July. We made it. It's still July. It's July 29th, so like squeezed it in at the end, but we made it. We made it. It's Christmas, it's July, and we are starting a new project today. And that project is, they are nutcrackers. My nails are nutcrackers. And red glitter. And I painted those nutcrackers. And it took 2 hours. So, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. So, we're starting a new project today. There is an album basics guide. I'm going to show you like the sample to go over what you're going to get in the album basics guide. Sue says, I tried listening to the videos for the Quick and Easy Fold album this morning, but I got no sound on any of them. Is it me or is there a problem? I don't know. Let me go find out. I'll find out. Maybe that, that I had my microphone on, but it may be that what I did was I didn't unmute my microphone in the video recording software, which is something I've done before. So let me just play one of them and see what happens. Yeah, there's no, great. Okay, so what this means is after the show today, I'm just going to have to record voiceovers for all of these. Of course, no single tutorial can go right. No single tutorial can go right. I don't know why. Normally I check the videos because, incidentally, this is something I do not infrequently is mess up the audio on the videos. It's probably, in terms of the videos, the most common mistake I make is either the microphone is off or the microphone is muted in the recording software. So I do one of those two things. But normally I catch it and then just do a voiceover, which apparently I not only didn't catch it because I did it for every single video. So that's cool. That's cool. It's 4 voiceovers I'll be recording this afternoon. So yay! All right. So let's talk about what you get. All right. So with this album basics guide, which is the Quick and Easy Fold Pocket Album, you're going to get Infinity Binding Basics Guide. You're going to get Hard Spine Binding Basics Guide, which is new with this project. This is it here. You're going to get the Quick and Easy Fold Album Basics Guide. I said there would be 1 page style. Now there's 3 because there's 3 now. So there you go. So hard spine infinity binding, you can see that we have the infinity binding, that it's still mobile. Okay. It's just attached to a hard spine instead of a soft spine. That's it. This is it. So that's the hard spine, but people have been asking me to do a hard spine for years. So here it is. Here it is. I've finally done it. It's here. All right. So, so Fran says, so you're saying that you lied to us again? Yes, yes. I don't know why you would be surprised that I lied at this point, especially about Quick and Easy albums and how quick and easy they are. Okay. So let me show you what the album is and then talk about what I did in the album basics guide. All right. So 3 page styles, A, B, C. Okay. And what this is that's the Z fold from National Scrapbook Day, I want to say. And what I've done is I've done an album basics guide for it, and I've given you 5, I want to say 5 album sizes for each of the pages. So you have 15 pages. Okay. So, this one is the 3 tag album. It goes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have a 2 tag album, a 3 tag album, which is what we're going to do, which makes an 8x8 album. There's a 4 tag album, a 5 tag album, all the way up to 6. And I think when you're at 6, I think it just fits 12 inches. Maybe I should open the album basics guide because I already forgot. I think it just fits 12 inches. So for the cover, you might have to do a little expansion. Is my tablet dead? Because that is all I need today. Oh, it was just off. All right, well, while it's booting up, I'll show you the pages. So page A is just totally open at the top, and the front and the back are the same size. Okay, so that's page A. So this is the simplest version of it. Page style B, what I've done is, okay, I've expanded the back. All right, so I've extended the back so that it can be an office style envelope, like a Holy Joe style envelope, and then you can bend that back and access your tags, but this will keep your tags from sliding around. Okay, so that's page style B. And then page style C, I've extended the back even more so that the flap comes almost to the middle actually. And then I've put another flap on here, and so this is a slider that holds 4x6 photos on the slider. Okay, holds 4x6 photos on the slider, and it works for all size albums. So on the smallest album, which would be the 2 tag album, the slider is the same size as the page. So it's like it goes all the way across the top, all the way across the bottom of the slider. So the slider is not too big or for any of them. And then you open it up, and then you have the pocket inside. You can fold this back and access your tags. And again, I've given you measurements for 2 tag albums, 3 tag albums, 4 tag albums, 5 tag albums, and 6 tag albums. So you have 5 sets of measurements under each page style. Okay. Now, do I think this album is quick and easy? Yes, I do. First of all, this album is easy to mass produce because the pieces are very similar page to page. So, for example, if you wanted to, like this part of it, like what's on the inside and the tags and this front piece, that's the same on all of them, I think. So with B, the only thing is instead of a back that isn't scored, you score the back once. And with C, instead of a back that isn't scored, you scored the back once, and then you add this flap on the front and you make this slider. So C is the most complicated, but none of them are complicated. Like you could do an album that was all C's and you could still do it really quickly, I think, because you would just take some time to do the slider. Why can I not grab this string? Okay. You would take some time to do the slider, you know, make all your sliders and then make all your Z folds and then put all your pockets together. Like I think you could do any of these, you know, in a day, weekend, whatever. I don't know. It depends on how fast you craft. So, what I want to do, which is something I don't think I've done before with an album basics guide. If I have done it before and I just have like amnesia about it, let me know in the chat. But I don't think with an album basics guide that I've ever done like a very simple version of the album and like a very extreme over the top version of an album. So like I don't think I've shown like how you can either like simplify an album basics guide to do something quick and easy, or like stretch an album basics guide to do a lot. Because normally I just do the most because I want to show you all the options. So what I mean by that is like taking, for example, the split decision album. I used every single page style in the split decision album. And so like I did all of it. But like you could use a split decision album basics guide to make an album with only one style of one of the smaller pages and just have a quick and easy album, right? So what I want to do with this is I want to do something like that. I want us to pick one page style do an entire album with 1-page style. I want to do it this size, which is 3 tags. And that'll be like our December daily, because you can get, I think, 72 photos. Like if you do a 6-page album with the 3 tag page style, then I think that gives you 72 tags. I think. I forget like math. Maybe it gives you 36 tags, and I said 72 photos because you could put a photo on the front of the tag and a photo on the back of the tag. So I don't remember. Whatever. It's not like math is my thing. So what I want to do is I want us to like vote on which one we want to do. Do one simple Christmas album that way, and then I want to show you how to expand on something that I do. And so what I mean by that is I want to use the most extreme version of this, which would be the 6 tags. And I want to do a double binding where we have one long one on one side and one long one on the other side, and it's just like a gigantic album. You know, that's kind of what I want to do. But let me know what you think. We're definitely doing a quick and easy version. So we're definitely picking, I mean, I guess we could do 3 pages. I don't know. What are your thoughts? You tell me your thoughts. I'll go over some announcements while you're telling me your thoughts. So this is a new project. There are links in the video description to this project of paper that I chose for it and all of that. If you're watching in the archives and you want to know where to get it, go to kathrynscraps.com. And this is the Quick and Easy Fold Pocket Album. Today is also book club. I don't know how we're going to handle book club because we are on the first day of a new project. And usually I actually am doing like a lot more teaching and a lot less talking on the first day of it, or like just chit-chatting on the first day of a new project, but we'll see. We'll try our best. It's not like this book has a lot to discuss anyway. It has one of the most simple plots of any book ever. So I did find some discussion questions, but even the book club that I got the discussion questions from only came up with like 4 or 5 questions. So the book's plot is super simple, you know, it's not like, there's not a lot of depth. There's one angle, which is about marriage or career we can talk about. That's the most depth. Well, and his family sucks. Actually, I hate most of the characters in this book, so we can talk about how much I hated everyone. But anyway, which is appropriate because the title is The Hating Game, and I did hate them and their games. So, all right. So it's book club, and then while we're talking book club, let me just remind you. Good, Mary. We're simpatico. Okay. Yes, a quick album now and a big one later. Fran didn't finish the book. Okay. So I'm just going to go over. Voting starts tomorrow for the August book. The theme. This book is not worth talking about. One thing I think that we've learned from this is that we don't need to revisit books that didn't get any votes. So, because that was the theme this month, was like books that no one voted for in their month. And I mean, maybe we have good judgment and we should just trust our judgment. Yeah, these people are the worst. I mean, like, literally hate all of them. And including, like, their extended families and stuff. I guess I don't hate her parents. I mean, her parents seem fine. His family is horrific. I don't even, like, we're supposed to like his mom, even though his mom let him be, like, emotionally and psychologically abused for his dad for, like, 35 years. Like, I mean, and we're supposed to think she's, like, a charming character who gets him. It's like, well, if you get him, then why are you allowing your husband to destroy all of his, whatever. Oh my God. Okay, let's stop. Dial it back. We got to work. Okay. What am I doing? I'm finding the August books, right? That's what I'm doing. A lot of people quit on the first page. You were all correct. You were all correct. Kathryn said, I'm still waiting to borrow it from my library. 5 more weeks wait. Maybe I should pass on it. Candy says, perhaps I'm glad I couldn't get this book from my library. Yeah, you two are lucky. You two are lucky. No, Kimberly, you don't need, for this project, Kimberly said, do we need access to other basics guides for this project? No. You don't need all basics guides you need to make this project are included with it. So that includes the new Hard Spine Infinity Binding Basics Guide, plus the original Infinity Binding Basics Guide. So you have the option of doing a soft spine or a hard spine. They're both in there. And the Quick and Easy Fold Pages Basics Guide as well. So you get 3 basics guides. You get 2 binding basics guide, this one and the original Infinity, and then you get the basics guide for this one as well. So you're all good. You just need to buy this one. Now I do think one thing I mentioned in one of the videos where apparently I didn't record any audio, so I'll fix that this afternoon. But one thing actually, if I don't fix it this afternoon, I'll do it tomorrow. But it's just a matter of how much time I have. But one thing I mentioned in one of the videos is that this album I think lends itself well to a split decision. So if you have a split decision, then you can use a split decision binding on this one pretty well. Because the thing that changes on these is not the width. The width stays the same. It's the length. They get longer and longer and longer. So you could do a split decision where you combined, like a 6 and a 3 or a 5 and a 2 or whatever, So if you have split decision, I think this works with split decisions. The split decision binding, which is different from the Infinity binding. But you don't have to. I mean, that's just if you want to go crazy. You don't have to. That's totally unnecessary. You don't need to get split decision in order to do anything that I'm going to be doing with this live in class. Okay. So the August books, which can't possibly, none of them can possibly be less good than this book, are The Downstairs Girl by Stacey Lee, which somebody already read and said was good. I think Judy. So The Downstairs Girl by Stacey Lee. Here, I'll put them on the screen so you can see The Downstairs Girl by Stacey Lee. Mama Day by Gloria Naylor. And again, these are all books set in Georgia. That's the theme. Mama Day by Gloria Naylor. And The Night the Lights Went Out by Karen White, which Gretchen, I believe, read and said was good. So 2 of the 3 books have already been given a thumbs up. Kathryn said she also read it. It was probably aimed at teens, but it was still good. Yeah, books aimed at teens can still be good. I still enjoy young adult every now and again. I think I can't read too much young adult in a clump, because young adult, the theme tends to be self-discovery, which makes sense given the audience. So there has to be kind of something else going on other than the self-discovery. Like if it's just too much like finding myself in a row, then I have trouble with that. So Kathryn said she's reading The Lights Went Out now and is really enjoying it. So, so there has to be something else going on. So based on the description of The Downstairs Girl, there seems to be something else going on in terms of like social commentary and kind of an interesting plot. Other than just finding herself, like I believe that the main character is probably finding herself, but she appears to be engaged in a lot of interesting activities while she's doing it. And that's kind of what is gonna, for me with young adult, that's gonna be what works for me in terms of an arc. Unlike The Hating Game, where no one learned anything and no one grew and everyone sucked as much at the end of the book as they did at the beginning. So I actually gave this book 3 stars, and now I'm wondering, I gave it 3 stars because it's so popular. I thought maybe just because I don't like romance that much as a genre, that's my problem. Like, but me, I think I'm going to knock it down to 2. I think I'm going to knock it down to 2. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Let me take the book club photo down. I have high hopes for August's books. I haven't figured out what September's books are, but I will let you know at the beginning of August. So the first class in August, so next class, I'll let you know. I just have to come up with a theme and do all that. So, I guess you could argue that Lucy grew. I mean, she did toughen up. It's true. A little bit. Mostly whatever. Okay. All right. So we are going to do a hard spine on this book. So we're going to do I'm going to be using today for the quick and easy version, the quickest, easiest version. I'm going to be using a hard spine. It's going to be about an 8x8 album. That's what you get if you do the 3 tags. You get about an 8x8 album. Almost exactly, actually. In fact, I think it might be exactly. You get an 8x8 album, which is nice. So the question is, how do we want to do it? How many pages do we want? And what do we want to do? So, okay, let's do some voting. First vote will be, do you want 3 pages or 6? So if we do 3 pages, we'll be making a total of 6 pockets. And we could do 2 of each style. I'm already complicating it, but that's fine. It's still not going to be that complicated. So we could do that. We could do like a 3-page album with 2 of each style, or we could do a 6-page. I've already decided. You know what? You're not even gonna. I don't think we'll vote. Oh my gosh, am I like literally the worst? Okay. Do you want to do 3 pages or 6? That'll be the first vote. So if you want to do 3 pages, type a 3 in the chat. And if you want to do 6 pages, type a 6 in the chat. And while you guys are voting, I'll say hi to everyone because I haven't said hi to anyone yet. So, hey, how are you? We're half an hour in. I've already ranted about the book and I haven't said hi. So welcome to everyone to our Christmas in July project. We're starting the Quick and Easy Fold album today. Links in the video description to the album and to the pages and papers that I've used. And actually, I'll put a notepad in the folder for the live classes, both in the archives and in the album basics guide with all the papers that I use, just so you have links if you want to go check it out. So welcome to Kimberly, who is first to chat. Hello, Kimberly, welcome. Kathryn is here as well. Donna loves Alaska. Hello to all of you. Carol Joan, yes, happy new project day to you as well, Carol. Fran says, hello, crafty people. It's a great day today. Mary says, hello, glittery gangsters. Candy says, hello, happy Thursday, glittery ones. And Brenda says, hi, everyone. Welcome to all of you. Mary has to leave early because she's going to the Adirondacks for her niece's wedding. So I guess she's going to miss out on our book discussion. Poor Mary. Hello to Sue and to Sandra. Fran, how's it going? We've got Gretchen here. Welcome, Gretchen. Judy, hello. How are all of you? Melanie, hi. Everyone voted for 3. Correct answer. Oh, except for Gretchen, who voted for 6. Well, most of you were correct. So we're going to do a 3-page album. And then the next thing will be, do you want to pick one of these and do it for the whole book so we could just like assembly line? Or do you want to do 2 of each? Kind of like what we did with the box set album remastered, where we do both of one style, both of one style, both of one style. Use the first 3 in the first half of the book and use the last 3 in the last half of the book, and then we just make the book a mirror. So that would be option Let's call it 1. And then option 2 would be to pick a single page and just make the book totally consistent. So option 1 is we're going to do 2 of each. We're going to make it a mirror. We're going to do the construction all together and then decorate. And then option 2 would be we're going to pick 1 and I'll have you vote on which one. And then what am I saying? Oh, and then we'll vote on which one you want to do, and we'll just do the whole thing like that. We'll just mass assembly all the construction, completely construct the book, and then we'll decorate it. So those are your 2 options. This is supposed to be quick and easy. Yeah, I mean, this is how quick and easy you guys want it. So you already voted for 3 pages instead of 6, so you already went the quicker, easier route there. So the question is, how quick and easy do you want it? Do you want to have maximum quickness and maximum easiness, or do you want to see all the page styles in the first book? That's really what you're deciding. So if you want to see all the page styles in the first book, even if it slows it down, type a 1 in the chat. And if you want maximum quickness and maximum easiness, type a 2 in the chat. Fran says there needs to be like a rating system for how to rate books for other people, where it's like, you know, if you liked this book, then you'll probably like this book. But if you liked this book, you probably won't like this book. The books that she gave examples of for this one are 50 Shades of Grey and To Kill a Mockingbird, which is... Candy says she wants to do just 1 page style to test my easy definition and have this finished tomorrow. Well, I already lost a half an hour. I mean, I don't know. There's all this voting. See, democracy slows things down. I could have been done already if I had just done a dictatorship, you know. All right. So while you guys are voting, and I may override you, and let's do this. If I were to override you, I'm not saying I'm gonna, but if I did, okay, if that happened, why don't you all vote for which page style you want to do? Why don't you all vote for which page style you want to do? So A, B, or C. So A is plain, B is office style flap, and C is slider flap. All right, and so while you guys are doing that, I'm going to get a little bit of a start on cutting some stuff out, which is the tags. I'm going to do a pinwheel on the tags, a 4.5-inch pinwheel. So if you're going to cut up to 4.5, and that'll get you your tags. A lot of votes for C. Is that because C is the most complicated and will take the most time? Are you trying to sabotage me? Is that what's happening right now? Or do you just think C is the most interesting? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. So the vote is this. We're either doing C. We're either doing C all the way through, or we're doing, okay, C is the most different from what we've done before. Okay, so I'm going to give you a new vote. We can either do 2 of each. Actually, no, you can't vote anymore. Forget it. We did all this voting and there was, no. We're going to do all C. We're going to do all C because that's the quickest and easiest, and that was the whole point, right? So we're going to do a 3-page album that's all C's, and that is going to be, let me think. How many, okay, so it's actually a total of 6 pages, so 6 times 3 is how many tags I need. which is 18. So I have 8. So I've got to do 2.5 more pinwheels. All right. So we're going to do all C. And so we're going to start with a couple pinwheels. One, a 4.5-inch pinwheel to do the tags. The tags are 4.5 inches, so you have plenty of room for photos and whatnot. And then we're going to do a 5x7 pinwheel for the slider, because the slider is also a photo mat. I'm going to need 6 of those. So you need 4.5 pages, pinwheels worth of the 4.5 to get all of them. I need 4 times 6 of the 5x7 pinwheels, which is 24, which is 3 pages worth. So basically do 5 4.5-inch pinwheels and 3 5x7 pinwheels, or cut it down and do 10. So I need to do one more 4.5-inch to have all of them. While I'm doing this, I'm also running paper through my printer so that I have plenty of paper options. And I'll show you all the paper. Okay, so this is the last one of these, and then I'll have enough tags. And then we'll do 6 C's. All the page styles are in the guide. They're already in there. The reason why I have decided that I'm going to do this one all one style to show how quickly we can do it with mass production, etc., is because I'll do that giant one and I'll put them all in the giant one. So this is the most simple. We're going to do the most simple way you can do it. This isn't the most simple way we could do it. The most simple way we could do it would be to do all page A's, but whatever. So that's all of our tags. All right, so that's 5 12x12s worth of 4.5-inch pinwheels. You don't have to cut them down or anything afterwards. That's just they're exactly the right size. And now I'm going to do 3 5x7 pinwheels. These will have to be cut down. Either you have to cut them down beforehand or you have to cut them down after. It's up to you, whichever you prefer. So I'm just going to cut them down after. We're doing a 3 tag. So we're doing the 3 tag, so it'll be an 8x8 album. So it'll be a square. Because the 3 tag works out to be just about an 8x8 album. So that it's like, because we don't do, well, I don't know. I feel like I haven't done a square album in a while. Not like it matters, I guess, but it just felt like I haven't done a square album in a while. So this album, okay, is going to be all page C. It's going to be 3 fins, which equates to 6 pages front and back. And I'm going to do the 3 tag version of C. So we're going to do the 3 tag version of C so that it'll be an 8x8 album. So that is what you need to know in terms of like where to go to the guide to get your measurements. So that's not too bad. So we're doing a 3 tag pocket, page style C. We're doing 3 fins on the infinity binding. So we'll need to make 6 of these 3 tag pockets. And then we're going to decorate it. And right now I'm finishing cutting all of the slider pieces. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the sliders just because they are liquid glue, so they need to dry. So I'll get my bacon presses out. And remember, we're still doing the stamps. Pre-order for the stamps ends this weekend. This is the graphite, and I chose the graphite because, hold on, as you can see, there's quite a bit of gray in the paper collection itself. So I'm going to go ahead and use the graphite because there already is a bunch of gray. So rather, because I do have, I bought, so it wouldn't be black, you know, it's a little bit more soft, which I think goes with the kind of watercolor vibes of this paper collection. Okay. The dimensions of the tags I just cut are in the cutting guide. They're in the cutting guide. All right. So now I'm going to cut these 5x7s down to photomat size. Again, the dimensions for everything are in the cutting guide. All right, so I'm just trimming all of these. All right, so to recap, this is the Quick and Easy Fold Pocket. We are doing page style C. We are doing the 3-tag version of page style C. We'll be using the infinity binding, and we'll be using the infinity hard spine as well. Hard spine is new with this project, so we're gonna do it. Then, if you want, we're gonna do a majorly expanded version of this. By the way, I think even if we did a majorly expanded version of this, it still wouldn't take that long, but maybe I'm just crazy. Okay. For every page, we need 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think I cut enough of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I'm just going to make an executive decision because I don't want to cut any more photo mats. So we're going to do page A and page C. We'll do page A on the front and page C on the back. And so it's just, that's what's going to happen. So 2 from each stack of these I need to fold in half. And I want to fold the 2 that have the paper grain running down the length. Okay. Or I score the 2 that have the paper running down the length. So I want to kind of like separate the ones where they're running sideways from the ones where they're running up and down. Having flashbacks to the Triple D album. Okay, so all the ones where, and if you did a pinwheel, half of them will have the grain running on the short side and half of them will have the grain running on the long side. So that works out perfectly. Let me just add another sheet of paper to the printer before I, if someone ever makes a printer that's big enough to have a 13 by 19 tray, I may just buy it. Even if it costs $5,000. Actually, that's not even true. My car is not even worth $5,000. I think I would draw the line at $5,000. But, you know, maybe $9.99. If I didn't have to feed the paper through, that would make me happy. Okay. All right. So once half of them are folded down the middle, fold along all the score lines and burnish. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to glue, and I do recommend you glue these pieces on the insides of these pieces, and we're going to make 3 sort of sandwiches. Exactly, Judy. So Judy says, you know, when you're doing like this repetitive crafting over and over and over again, put your headphones on and read. Exactly. This is how, you know, you can enjoy a book while you want the score on in the middle, so you're going to line up the edge to the edge. You can enjoy a book while you craft. Get an audiobook from the library with the Libby app. And enjoy a book while you craft. All right, and then with the next one, you're going to just line the 2 score lines up with each other. And then glue the other one that's unscored. And stick it down on top. And make yourself a nice little sandwich. Okay. And then put it under a bacon press so you don't have to hold it while it dries, and then just repeat. Just repeat. Remember, keep your scores on the inside. And just as a reminder with the basics, guys, you found out that I had the audio muted for the recording, so I have to go through and make voiceovers for the videos. The videos are, you know, you can probably, between this and the ones without audio, you can probably figure it out because you guys are all very smart cookies. But I will record voiceovers for all of those. fear not. Fear not. All right, last one. I mean, I should have done twice as many. Well, I guess the good thing about the audio not recording is for some of one of the videos, Tiny Cat was sitting on the floor crying because she wanted me to pet her like that instant. So that won't be on there on the re-recording. So that's good, I guess. Because right now she's sleeping in her little box. Oh, Vesta, that was very smart. Vesta said she set up her Cricut to cut pinwheels. I know, Tiny's got a tough life, but she's sleeping now, so she's happy. Both Tiny and Kitty have been, the whole week, have been spending tons of time in my office. I don't know what is going on with them. I don't know if anything is going on with them. Maybe they're just totally fine. But Tiny's thing has been that she sits on the floor and cries until I get down on the floor and let her snuggle against my stomach and pet her. So what I've been and then after I've done that for a while, she stops crying. So what I've been doing is, you know, every hour I'm working, oh my gosh, cats are so dramatic. So every hour that I'm working, you know, I give myself 10 minutes at the end where I'll read a book on the floor while being Tiny Cat's emotional support animal. Oh, maybe that's what it is. They're mad about the weather. That's a good point, Fran. Because they don't want to be outside, probably. All right. So those are there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick another piece of paper in my printer. And then when I come back, we're going to start stamping the mats for these. And we need 6 photo mats for these. And think about whether or not you want them to have, well, never mind. Am I done printing? No, of course not. Of course not. I think it might be done printing. It is, I think, done printing. Yay! I made it. I'm actually running out of paper. I'm going to have to do an order for some more paper. All right. So we've got enough paper to make an album, probably. Maybe they're missing mittens. Maybe they are missing mittens. Maybe they were only pretending to hate mittens. All right. So, okay. What did I say I need? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think you're going to regret the basics guide, printing it. I'm pretty confident in this one, which is probably a but I'm pretty sure there's no mistakes in it. So I'm more sure than I usually am, if that makes sense. So like I'm usually like there's something I missed. I've looked at it too many times and there's something I missed. But then with this one, I was like, well, I feel really good. I really don't feel like I missed anything. So, I probably did. But I just don't think I did. Like I said, I just feel really good about this one. When you open the PDF, it says it's split decision. What? Did I put the wrong PDF in it? Hold on. Oh, you mean when it's like, thanks for buying the whatever? It would be something stupid like that that got me, wouldn't it? Okay, let me just check it. No, it doesn't. It says quick, easy fold. Oh, just the name on top. Oh, like what the PDF viewer thinks it's called? Okay. Whew. So, like what the viewer thinks it's called. If you look at it in box. Well, I don't know. I guess I'll live with that. I don't think I can. I don't even know how to change that, to be honest. Oh well. That doesn't sound like something I did, or at least something I know how to do, so. Huh, mine says quick and easy fold pocket album basics guide. Weird. Well, whatever. All my basics guides say split decision. I have to change it in document properties. Yeah, I'm probably not going to do that. So, since I don't even know how it's doing that. I'll worry about that later, since it sounds like that's what all of mine say. I wonder if, like, thanks for my dedication. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to fix it. I guess what I need to do is make, like, a clean template, because what I do to get the stuff at the beginning, the stuff that's like here's the supplies, here's how to resize things, like the stuff that kind of doesn't, that's at the front of all of them, I'll just like, usually I'll just open my last one and save over it. So what the fact that they're all called split decision is telling me that I've been doing that since the split decision album. Which, was that the first album basics guide? Because if it was, then that makes sense. So that makes complete sense. Yeah. Yeah, I think split decision was the first one. So supposedly there's a way to go into the document properties and change their names. I may do that, but I will also probably not do that. So, maybe starting with the next one I will. Or if I have to change this one, but I don't want to change it just to change that. Okay. I don't even know where you guys are seeing that, because apparently I'm not even good at opening and reading a PDF, which is not a surprise to me, but I think Split Decision was the first one. The first album, Basics. No, Half the Fun. Half the Fun. Right? Half the Fun? Yeah, Half the Fun. Okay, so now I'm going to tape these photo mats. And then we'll go from there. All right, so we're doing a tape snake, a tape bracelet, tape snake. And then we'll stick these to the front and back of those sliders. And then those sliders will be ready to go when we're ready to use them. And again, the sliders are being done first because they use liquid glue. So this way we can let them dry for a while before we actually need to use one. All right, and then once I've got these sliders done, I'll do a recording break. So there we go. And then we'll start to think about how much we need to cut for the 3 A's and the 3 C's. So we're doing 3 A's and 3 C's with A's on the fronts of the pages and C's on the backs of the pages. Now, if you are doing 3 A's and 3 C's, okay, you only need one back. So we don't need to cut the backs for page A's. What we can do is we can do the page C's first and then put them in the book and then add the A's onto their backs so that we can save that little bit of cardstock. Now, if you want to decorate it, you know, outside the album, your A, you can still do that. There's only one piece that would have to be glued directly to the back of the C while the C is in the album, so I think that's fine. We can live with that. And so we'll just build the A's on top of the C's in the albums. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to burnish these and then cut them apart and stick them onto these guys under here. And then the sliders will be done. Now, of course, if you want, you don't have to put photos on the sliders. You could put 4x6 cards, you know, pattern paper, whatever. You don't have to do photos, of course, but this just adds some photo space if you want it. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my pick and we'll just add these. I guess I'll start at the top. That was the first one. All right. I haven't watched any Olympics because we don't have cable and I don't care enough about the Olympics to try and track it down online somewhere. So, yeah. But I haven't even been keeping up with the Olympic news. The only thing I know about the Olympics are that gymnast withdrew. Simone Biles, is that her name? I know she's like the most famous gymnast who ever lived, so the fact that I barely know her name gives you an indication of how much I care about the Olympics. And then, what else? The runner with the marijuana from the beginning. Shikari something. Those are the only two things I know about the Olympics. But yeah, I just don't... I don't know that I don't know. I have a lot of problems with the Olympics. Any amateur sport that makes money, I guess I would say, I have kind of some problems with. So like I had the NCAA too, you know, where there are people making tons and tons of money off these athletes and the athletes aren't getting compensated, and you know, you hear stories about Olympians who have to sell their medals and stuff, and they just are destroying their bodies for people's entertainment, and unless they can get some kind of sponsorship out of it from like Wheaties or whatever, they're not getting compensated. I don't know. Whatever. You know, guys know I already don't like sports, so like it's not like I'm going to like super sports. I think we should just build like an Olympic island, and we should have drug-free categories and then drugged to the gills categories where everyone's doing like steroids and amphetamines and whatever, and doing like quadruple backflips and stuff. So there can be people and everyone gets paid. And we just put it on an island in the middle of the ocean. Then there are people who don't take performance enhancers and people who do take performance enhancers. We'll split it into two groups. Instead of Francis, she paid to watch it. That's what I'm saying. And they could just do, I mean, let's stop. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. So there we go. So that's the, can we add a lion? Yeah, let's add a lion. They have to, at some point, they can't fight the lion because that's unfair to the lion. But, you know, the lion can just be there, like, making everything harder. You know, so like they have to hurdle over lions that are eating snacks. Okay, so here are our sliders for page style C. All right, so we've got, this is how they'll go over it. And they are ready to go. So I'm going to do a recording break here, and then the next step will be me trying to do the math. Yeah, you can take the lion shortcut where you have to hurdle over the lions, or you can take the long way around where there's no lions. Yeah, but yeah, like let's just get more creative. Okay, we've been doing the same thing for 100 years now, so let's just, it's time to freshen it up, okay? Time to spice it up. Yeah, exactly. So Candy says, yeah, if you want to destroy your body, it's on you. Instead of all these random rules that can be beaten if you have a good enough doctor. Yeah, like it's like when remember Lance Armstrong? So it's like when everyone, all the guys in France over the like that bike race, whatever, they were all like, oh, quelle surprise, someone would performance enhance on the famous French bike race. Oh God, no, we must ban you and steal all your medals. And then they like retested everyone's samples, and like literally the top 19 of the top 20 finishers had all been doing performance enhancers. And it's like, all right, so obviously the norm for the French, whatever it's called, the Tour de France, that's what it is. So obviously the norm for the Tour de France is to be drugged to the gills. So let's just accept that. Okay, and let's just say, in order to do the Tour de France, these are you can take whatever. and they're all on drugs, you know? Like, let's stop pretending that they're not on drugs, because it's clear that they are on drugs. And then the pot thing, that's not a performance enhancer. No one has been better at anything while on pot, okay? So, like, if you can still set a record for doing anything that requires motion while on pot, congrats to you, because you're obviously way better at running than anyone else who's ever lived. So. All right. Okay. So let's, and then everyone gets paid. And then they get paid because right now they're destroying their bodies for free. So they should at least be getting paid money to destroy their bodies. So, all right. That's my Olympics rant. You're... All right, so the pot Olympics. Oh yeah, the pot Olympics, where everyone has to smoke a certain amount of pot before we dose everyone with edibles first and then just see what happens. That one can't have a lion in it though. So that would be terrifying. All right. So I'm going to do a recording break here. We've just finished going over the scope of the project and making the sliders for page style C. In the next video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be trying to calculate how many of each piece I need to do 3 A's and 3 C's. Okay, so my tablet must be dead because it already is like completely shut down again. So I need to plug it in. It's just gonna make my day easier. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll pull up the manual on my computer so I can at least see it and see what all the pieces and parts I need are, and then I'll be able to have it on my tablet by the end of the day. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today in disparaging the Olympics, a much beloved event internationally. In the next video, I'll be doing the construction for the pages A and pages C for the album. So thanks so much for watching and stay tuned for the next video. Greetings, everyone. We are in part 2 of the July 29th show. This is the last Thursday of July, so it is book club. We'll probably be discussing the book more tonight than we are this afternoon because we're doing a lot of construction this afternoon. We have a new tutorial today. It's the Quick and Easy Fold album. We have decided that what we're going to do is we're going to do a 3-page album, so we need 6 pages for the fronts and the backs. 3 for the fronts and 3 for the backs. We're going to do page A on the front. We're going to do page C on the back. And we're going to do the 3-tag version of both of those. So my tablet is dead. So I have to pull up the basics guide on my computer. Okay, so while I'm in here. Yeah, I don't even know where the document info is to change the thing where it says split decision. So I know nothing about Word. I don't even know where I would change it. So I don't know anything. Well, is it under review? Apparently all my albums say they're split decision albums. But I don't know how to make them not say that. So I know nothing. All right, so now I'm in here, and the 3-tag version of page style A is on page 7 of the album basics guide. So that's what I'll be working on now. And then I said in the previous video that I'm going to be skipping the page base for page A because I'm just going to stick it directly to the back of page C to save myself some cardstock. So what that means is that first cut that says page base in parentheses, I'm not going to do. And then also I already did all of the tags. So the last cut that says tags, I'm not going to do that one either. So I'm just going to do the 2 in the middle for now. So 2, 3. So I'm going to start there. So I hope you're all having an amazing day today. All right, so there's the front for the pocket. So now I just need to cut their Z folds. All right, so you need one fewer of the Z's than you have tags. So we have a total of 18 tags across the 3 pieces, right? 18 tags? No, I think I already am. That's not all right. Why am I still trying to do math in my head? Like that's a thing that I know how to do. All right. So what we need now is we're going to do the scoring for these A's. We're going to do, we have 1, 2, 3 of the pocket fronts. And so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because we need 2 per pocket because we have 3 tags per pocket. So we need 2 of these. And then we're going to score all of these. And of course, the directions on how to score them are, or the measurements on how to score them are in your instructions. But the main thing is when you're scoring the Z folds, that you flip them over like that when you do your second score so that they bend different directions. And again, you know, because you're doing the same thing many, many times, this is a good project to listen to a book or to get caught up on your favorite show or whatever it is you like to do other than craft. So all right, and so then on these big ones, we'll score them as well. And then I'll do all my taping, cutting, etc. so that these are ready to go. And of course, all of the how to cut, how to score, all of that is in the cutting guide. All right. So these are all scored. So now we're going to fold along all the score lines and burnish, and there's quite a few of them because of these Z folds. Okay. So what I'm going to do while I do all this scoring and taping and everything is I'll put up the book club book, and then we'll go ahead and we'll discuss it. So while that's up there, then we're going to be talking about the book. So if you don't want to be spoiled for the book, just mute while I'm doing all this repetitive stuff, and you won't be spoiled for the book. It is going to be a movie, so you know, you may not want to be spoiled. All right. So The Hating Game, a novel by Sally Thorne, was this month's book club. It was chosen because it was, as my dad would say, the cream of the crap, which is when you have 3 bad choices and you pick the least bad choice. The theme this month is we were reading books that came in last the month that they were voted on. So we picked from 3 books that no one wanted to read, which in retrospect, maybe we shouldn't have done. But, this book is about 2 people, I think named Lucy and Josh, but I care about them so little that I'm not 100% sure those are their names, who become enemies when their 2 publishing houses merge. So they each used to work for an independent publishing house that was in trouble as the assistant to the CEO. And when the 2 publishing houses merged, they became co-assistants to co-CEOs, and they have to share an office or something. And they're presented as hating each other. This reminded me of the Unhoneymooners in that there's no reason that I can discern from the text for them to have hated each other at all. So the animosity that is displayed is just, it's so stupid. I just can't with this book. It would be one, in the Unhoneymooners, it's the reason she decides that the brother hates her is because she was eating a cheese curd and he looked at the cheese curd in a negative manner. And so she decided he was fat phobic from that because she was curvy, and then she hated him forever. And I was like, I thought that was stupid. But in this one, as far as I can tell, the reason that Lucy decides that Josh hates her is because she smiled at him on the first day of work and he didn't smile back. So, and then it was war from that moment on. And that was literally it. The maturity level of that is negative 132. Okay? Lucy needs to have some therapy about how you don't need to write these stories in your mind about people's intentions based on minor interactions. So if you smile at someone and they don't smile back, I mean, you can go down a rabbit hole where you're like, well, clearly that was because they X, Y, and Z, and therefore A, B, and C, and they hate me, and now we're never going to be friends, and I'm going to, hate them and make their life miserable. I mean, you can do that, but it will make you happier as a person if you just don't do that and you just think, oh, they didn't smile at me. Maybe they're having a bad day. Hopefully their day gets better, and then just move on. Just move on and let it go. Kathryn said that summary made me angry and I haven't even read the book. Well, luckily for you, you didn't read it, and I'm here to help you understand The Hating Game. So that's Lucy. And then let's talk about Josh's stalker behavior, because It's presented in the book as this cute thing that he makes a mark every time he writes down in his planner every day whether she's wearing a dress or a skirt. And then he makes a mark every time she does something, which I forgot already what it is because I don't care. But every time she does something, which is several times a day, okay? So several times a day, he's writing notes about things she does. What on earth? This is presented as like charming or something? That is not. It's weird. It's freaking weird. He paints his bedroom the same color as her eyes after like knowing her for 24 hours or something. Also weird and not charming. It's insane. What? What? What is happening? And they're like, oh, it's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine. He attacked her in the elevator. In the parking garage, she literally thinks he might be trying to kill her. They're in a parking garage at some point because he's driving her somewhere and I guess he's about to kiss her and she literally thinks she's about to be murdered. So, and then he kisses her and she's like, oh, I'm into it. It's like, you're into it? You literally thought 30 seconds ago you were about to be murdered and you're into it? No. Stop it. What? Stop it. He tries to sabotage her dates. She dates a guy just so Josh won't think she doesn't have someone to date, which, okay, that's inappropriate also. But whatever. Like, it's just weird. They're so weird and horrible. Both of them are weird and horrible. No, thank you. No. And so in terms of like social commentary, I guess, like there is some, which is that Lucy kind of like feels sorry for her mom because her mom was like a pretty good journalist and then gave up being a journalist after she had to do a story on her dad's strawberry farm and fell in love with her dad and then decided to work at a strawberry farm. And it's like, well, you know, your mom didn't have to, like, she just made a choice and she decided, like, he was running a strawberry farm. She fell in love with someone running a strawberry farm. She could either live on a strawberry farm or not. Like, I don't know. She like infantilizes her mom a little bit, I think. And then I thought that was going to turn around and be the message of the book. I even underlined it or highlighted it in my Kindle version when it happened because I thought at the end Josh was going to get the job they're competing for and she was going to have to choose between like loving Josh and working or whatever or something, and that was going to be the message, was that like sometimes, you know, you want something different than your career or whatever. But like it didn't even matter. Like there was no choice to be made. She didn't have to choose at the end. So it's like, who cares? Why do we have this here? Like, make her choose. It's fine. She can choose her career. It's fine. And then Josh can be like, you know what? My career is not as important to me as you. And then we still live happily ever after. Like, whatever. It's fine. I just take a stand or something. Why bring it up? Why bring it up for her to fret over for the whole book if it never matters? If it never matters once. It's fine. It's fine. You know, it's fine. Whatever. I mean, at some point she has to talk with her mom about it, and her mom's like, it's what I wanted to do. I love working on a strawberry farm. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess we worried about that for 300 pages for no reason. So just like, whoo! Not to mention Josh's family sucks. Totally. I think the author doesn't know how to make characters appealing, maybe. I will say I'm not interested in exploring the rest of Sally Thorne's back catalog, if there is a back catalog. I can pass. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm very confused about what people find romantic, because they could have had a real misunderstanding. You know, they could have had a real misunderstanding about something, or real conflict. They could have had a real conflict about something, like maybe their publishing houses disagree fundamentally about the way forward, and so they're both like stuck in their ways, and maybe they're both wrong. Okay. Oh, Gretchen says, I skipped right over the paper advertising Sally's next book. Oh, my bad. Because I didn't. And I can tell you about it, okay? It was called 99%, and I was like, that's a weird title. And then I looked at it, and like on the first page, the main character's like, I work in a bar, and a group of biker dudes came into the bar. And like, what I've learned from working in a biker bar is that all you have to do is figure out who the alpha is in a group, and if you can like command the alpha, then you can handle the group. And I was like, oh wow, I already hate everything about this. So the 99% has got to refer to the famous / infamous quote about how 99% of biker groups are not criminal, which is why, like, you know, people like the Hells Angels, or if you've seen Sons of Anarchy, it says 1% on their jackets. Those are because they are saying they're that 1% or whatever, 1% are bikers. So she's talking, like, the book is about the 99% bikers. I was like, I don't want to read a book about bikers, A. But B, like, if you want to read a book about biker clubs, like, if you, I don't have a problem with, like, a book where the main character is, like, a doctor and he rides a motorcycle on the weekends with his doctor bros or whatever. Like, that's whatever. Like, it's not the motorcycles. It's that motorcycle club, motorcycle gang, bad boy, alpha, blah. So no thanks. No thanks. I think we can skip 99% for the book club. So, but the thing I was like, well, this sounds way worse than what we just read. So the hating game went up instantly in my mind for not being 99%. So I didn't read the whole thing. I read maybe 1 or 2 pages of it. So I don't know what goes down. I don't know if he's an alpha that she can't handle. I presume that that's the plot, and that then she learns to handle him or something. I don't know. But yeah, alpha was even capitalized. So that was just weird. It was just weird. So yeah, Sally Thorne. I don't know what's going on with Sally Thorne, but it's cool. I don't need to know, really. It's fine. It's fine. So it's whatever. All right. So let me take this down. Okay, so I'm just gonna burnish the tape, and then I'll cut it apart. Gretchen says, after reading The Hating Game, I find it hard to believe that Sally Thorne knows anything about bikers. Maybe she watched a lot of Sons of Anarchy, and now she's like, I can do this. That's not hard. Okay, so this is a pocket, so we need to cut the corners. And the easiest way is to line up the wire on your trimmer with the center of the X made by your score lines and just cut straight through it. And that will give you a clean meat in the back for your 2 pieces. And so just do that for all 3 of them. But what's really, I guess, this book is wildly popular. So obviously, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess 50 Shades of Grey was wildly popular too, and that was also something that I did not enjoy. So cool. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a departure from the video instructions here. It's funny because Gretchen just typed in the chat. Hi, Chaka. That's a fun one. Are you having a good time? I did a lot of add-ons for that one. The ColorMates white is a little bit different. So yeah, it's a little bit thinner. It doesn't, to me, it feels a little bit thinner, and it is, like you said, smooth. Yeah, if their white feels a little bit thinner and definitely totally smooth to me. So I think you got the right. I think they sent you the right stuff, or they at least sent you the same stuff that I sent you. Or not that I sent you, but that I used. Because, yeah, I did notice it feels thinner to me. Like, I wouldn't make an album base out of their white, I don't think. I wouldn't make an album base out of white anyway, just because I think it gets dirty. So, but I wouldn't make an album base out of their white specifically. All right. Now, so normally, the way that I show you to assemble, to put the Z's in the pockets, is to put them on the base and then to attach them. Okay, but with this one, we're going to put them on the back of the envelope, and we're just going to do that because that way they'll be stuck to it and we don't have to keep track of the pieces until we make page C. So we probably should have started with page C, but you know, okay, I didn't. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark where I need my Z folds to be stuck down with my ruler. And I'm just going to make a pencil line on the back of the pocket. Oh, wow, that would build your skills for sure. Okay. So I've got my 2 marks, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this flap, and I'm going to just put a little paper, or not a paper clip, whatever that is. What is that? Clothespin. On the far right edge, the edge farthest from the strips. And what I'm going to do is, oh, I don't need to do that. Never mind. What am I talking about? I just line them up with the top. So I'm just going to line the pocket up with the top, with the line I drew and the top of the envelope. And this is the front of the envelope. Okay. And then I'm going to do that again. And you line the score line up with the lines you drew. And then when we stick it down, we'll stick it down into the book like so. Okay? And so this will just get stuck as one whole piece on the back of C. And when we do that, it'll then see how it'll make 1, 2, 3 pockets. So this is it completed. So all we have to do to turn this into an actual pocket is after we've got our C's in the book, we'll just put our decorative strip of pattern paper at the top back of the C, and then just glue this down on top of it. And actually, let me show you what I mean by that, because we have page C here. This is page C. All right, so what we'll do is we'll put a decorative strip of pattern paper here, just like a little rectangle. And then we just will line it up and stick it down. Okay, because you see how some of C will still show. So that's why we're going to put decorative paper there. And then you see that it's pockets. That's how it works. So we've got one A down, 2 more to go. Okay. And then just to make it easier to see, I'm going to use pen this time. Oops, my ruler just squiggled. How dare you, ruler? Oh no, it's not the ruler. The ruler is stuck to the page. It's the page is moving around on my desk. All right, and so then I'm going to come over from there. Shaka, this is the Quick and Easy Fold Pocket album, and it does have an album basics guide. It is new, and it's our Christmas in July project, and it's we're going to make 2 of them. We are going to make one that's quick and easy, and then we are going to make a larger, more complicated one, because I want to show the 2 extremes of an album basics guide. Because normally with an album basics guide, I do everything. I try to put every single thing that's in the guide in the album. And so this time I'm doing a very simple one first to show that with these guides, they can be simple. It is, you can, it can't, I can. And then I'm going to do a crazy one. Should I do them both Christmas? What do you guys want to do? Let me know. All right, so there's A number 2. All right. So we've got 1, 2, you just kind of clip them together so that they're not sliding here, there, and everywhere. So there's a link in the video description to the album basics guide for this, or it's in the shop at kathrynscraps.com. And we're going to do 2 versions. All right, so we just have to put these 2 down. And I will be putting like the live class recordings in the folders as well, like normal. So anything you've missed so far will be in there. All right. Okay, so all of the construction for page style A is now done. So I'm just going to clip all these together because we don't need them until all of the construction for page style C is done. But these are ready to go. All right. So, and I just showed you how they go onto the back of page style C. And then there's 9, they need 9 tags. Let me get their tags with them. Where did I put all my tags? Past Kathryn, what did you do with all those tags? Oh, they're under the stamps. Okay, they're under the new photo stamps. All right, so we need 9 of these. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. All right. So there we go. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm just going to tag them. And we'll go ahead and just clip them with them, so we know we have the right amount of tags. This is graphite. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick these 9 tags with this. So this has the tags that goes in the pockets as well. So this is now complete construction. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a recording break, and I'm going to go over all the supplies, just so all the supplies are in their own video, and we can look at the paper. Okay, so let me do a recording break. So that's A. When we come back tonight, we'll do the construction for C first thing, and then we'll just start decorating, because once we've done the construction for C, I mean, we're done with construction. So we're in good shape. We're in good shape for quick and easy, because I started late. We've already done some of the construction for C. It's right here. So in the next video, well, actually the video that I'm about to record, I'll probably make the first video, because it's like me going over all the supplies and going over exactly what we're doing in the album without all the voting and all of that. So I'll probably put it first, just so that information's right at the front, and then the construction for A will be second, and the construction, yeah. Okay. So if you're watching live, just hang tight, because something's going to change for you. And if you're watching in the archives or in the album basics guide, then go ahead and go to the next video to see the continuation of the live construction. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Greetings, Glitter Gang. Welcome to Christmas in July. I'm going to go over all of the supplies that I'm using for the Quick and Easy Fold album that we're going to be doing for Christmas in July. We're going to be doing 2 versions. We're going to be doing an actually quick and easy version, hopefully. And then we're going to be doing an expanded all the bells and whistles version, just to show the 2 kind of extremes of an album basics guide, where you just keep it simple, and then when you kind of go all out. Okay, so let's start with cardstock. For cardstock, this is ColorMates Smooth and Silky. This is graphite. This is off-white. Okay, graphite and off-white. Those are the 2 that I'm going to be using for the book. And then for paper, I'm using more Tanya Kart, which is linked in the video description. And then I'm also going to put a notepad in the album basics guide and in the archives folder for this, with links to her scrap, or to her store. But that's an Etsy seller. It's an Etsy seller. So let me just pull up where I talked about this. Oh, it's in the video description. I literally just said it's in the video description. Okay, so I'll be using her I Believe in Santa paper, her Jingle All the Way paper, and her Wonderful Time of Year paper. And I have linked them in the video description where you're watching this, and they are on sale again. So yesterday, there was a period yesterday where they were not on sale, which was weird. Because she seems to have these like revolving sales on her store, but yesterday there was a period, I wonder if she was sleeping, but like they weren't on sale for a while, but they're on sale again now as I'm writing this, as I'm doing this video, which is 3:49 p.m. on Thursday, July 29th. I have mixed them all together as I printed them. So I don't know which is which, but these are the papers, okay? So I printed the, you know, her I don't know what I would call these. She makes these squares, like vignettes, I guess, little scenes that I really like. I printed them 6 1/4 inch square, so that if I wanted to, I could maybe trim them down to put on sliders or something like that in the future. What I may do is in the bigger one, I may make the sliders big enough to hold one of these. So we'll see. That's an idea I have for the larger album. So we'll see. But like, look at how cute they are. And this is just one of the figures. She does the figures with different skin tones and different hairstyles. So you can pick the figure that like works the best for you. But yeah, she's got dogs, dreaming of a white Christmas, collects moments, not things. These are all so cute. And then here's the paper, and the paper I printed, she gives them 8 by 8. I resized them to 4 by 4, and I put 3 across and 3 down, so that her pattern would be a little smaller. So so these are some of the papers. So, but she does her patterns as continuous or repeating patterns, so that you can do that. So here you can see clearly that there's 3 across and 3 down, you know, because if this had been one piece, 12 by 12, it would have been just like a giant Christmas tree, and it would have been hard to use in an album. So that's why I shrink them and then repeat them. Same with this. I think it was just one truck. So this way it's easier to use. And the way I printed these is whichever one I had done on the previous page, I just stuck it on the bottom so it kind of ran off the bottom, so that I would just have like the page be full when I printed it. And that gives me a little bit extra of each design. Although this design is so cute with the little reindeer socks and the little plaid thermos, the little Santa hat, the pine cones. And there's a page with gnome cookies later that I just love. But these are all designs from those 3 collections. So, and they're $2 right now, so you can get them all for $2 right now each. So that's like $6 for all of them. Look, here we have scissors, a ribbon, a gnome cookie, a black and white cookie. So cute. More cookies. Oh, here's the cute. This is the one coming up that I like. Look at these cookies. How cute. With the mugs, with the cozies on the mugs. We got the fa la 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 dog. And then the ho ho ho. Like vintage letters, vintage lights. Too cute. Little stockings. Cute little trees. So yeah, lots of options in the paper collections. Lots of stuff to do. So we shall see what we come up with. But that's what I've got for the pattern paper. So again, these are from Tanya Kart, last name K-A-R-T. And the collections are I Believe in Santa, Jingle All the Way, and Wonderful Time. And these are all available on Etsy. I have them linked in the video description if you're watching live. If you're not, I will put at the end of this show, I'm going to put a notepad in the archives and in the Album Basics Guide folders for this project so that you can click the links and go to her Etsy shop. But right now they're $1.95 a piece, so they're definitely cheap. Not cheap, inexpensive, great value, whatever, so, whatever you want to call it. Then there is an Album Basics Guide for this. This is the Quick and Easy Fold album. So let me go over what all that contains. You've got 3 page styles. Those are them. I'm going to show you We have the hard spine infinity binding and the infinity binding original. So you're going to get 3 album basics guides in the folder, okay? The first album basics guide folder will be for the infinity binding. So the infinity binding basics guide, that will show you how to do this spine here. This is the structural spine that everything gets stuck to. You can see it here as well. And the soft decorative spine. So if you want to do a soft spine, that's in there, that's an option. But we also have, for the first time, the hard infinity binding, which is also in there. So there's a binding basics guide for the hard spine infinity binding as well. So you have 2 bindings basics guides in this, the original infinity and the hard spine infinity. Then, which colloquially is the Gordon. And then these are the 3 page styles. So the reason it's called the EZ fold is because these pockets are Z fold. This is a riff on the National Scrapbook Day project, which was the book club journal. And what I've done is I've done 3 of these Z folds, and I've done you 5 sizes for each in your cutting guide. So yeah, it's the Gordon. It's the Gordon. so it's the hard spine infinity binding, or the Gordon, whichever you'd like to call it. So he's ready. He's ready. He's making his debut. All right, so we have the page style A. Okay, so page style A doesn't have a back, like the pockets stick out. That's what distinguishes page style A from B and C. Page style A, the tags stick out. So if you like to see your tags like lined up on the edge, ready to pull, you know, just kind of sticking out, if you like that look, which I do actually like that look a lot, then A is the page style for you. And each of the page styles, the measurements are listed by how many tags they hold. And we have, like I said, there's 5 of them. So it's one that holds 2 tags, one that holds 3 tags, one that holds 4 tags, one that holds 5 tags, and one that holds 6 tags. I will be doing today in the quick and easy version, I'll be doing the 3 tag version. And I already have done A. You can see it right here. Here's all the pieces and parts for A. Okay. So A is already constructed for what we're doing for the live class. Excuse me, for the quick and easy version of the live class version. And then for B, what is different about B is B has an office style envelope vibe. So if you like your tags to be enclosed and you like an office vibe, then B is the page style for you. You can just tuck that back, and then you've got your 3 tags in there. You can pull them out, but that keeps it all clean, tidy, tucked away. And with all of these, you can see there's this huge space here where you can display your paper. So because you can get, these tags were specifically designed, by the way, to hold 4x6 photos. So the whole album is built around these tags holding 4x6 photos, which means that you don't have to put photos on the fronts and backs of these pockets, okay? You can just put your favorite papers that you just want to display, like your papers that are too pretty to cover, or things like this. You know, you can size them so that they fit right here, and that is a good way to utilize this book. So this is B is the office, and again, you can still display a paper here. It would just, you just have your little, you know, your button and string closure. So that's B. And then C is the slider version. There's no magnets in this album, by the way. That's another thing. No magnets in this album, so you don't need any magnets. This closure is a slider. This is sized to hold photos. So you can see the ones that we've prepped for C over here with their photos. Okay. This slides, this like butterfly effect slides, and one side holds down one flap and one side holds down the other flap. All right, and then when you open them, you've got your tags tucked in here, ready to go. Okay? Look at that. Beautiful. All right, and then when you want to close it up, you just close it back, and then you can slide this back on. Dun, 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 dun. And that will hold it shut. Okay? So that's page style C. So what we'll be doing in the quick and easy version is the backs of the pages will be C's and the fronts of the pages will be A. So you can get an idea here where I have the A sitting on top of the B, that the A will have a higher back when we stick it down, because C is the same length as B. And so we'll just put a strip of pattern paper on the back of C and then stick A over it, and that'll give us a quick and easy pocket on the back of C. So it'll be easy to assemble, quick to decorate, and then we'll have an album in no time. And this makes a cute, if you do the 3 tag pocket, it makes a cute 8x8 little book. Okay, so it'll be a cute little project, a fun little project. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to re-record the audio for the videos so that you guys have audio. And then hopefully that'll be there by tonight's show and all goes well. With that, doing the voiceover. And then there is, tonight when we come back, we'll be starting with the construction of page style C. And then once the construction for page style C is done, the construction for the album pages is done. So we can start decorating. Hopefully tonight we can start decorating. So if nothing else, I think we'll have a complete construction by the end of today. This is our Christmas in July project, so I am using Christmas papers. I have Christmas nails. I've got a nutcracker. I'm in the zone, ready to go. We're going to have our Christmas albums done this summer so that we're ready to go. And then this one will have 18 tags, I believe. And so 18 tags will hold 36, yeah, 18 tags hold 36 photos. So this can be used for a December daily if you wanted to, this one that we're making live in class. Sorry, I don't know why my brain got fried, because I was reading another question and me trying to do the math and trying to think of the other question in the chat, which was, what did you do with the seamless envelopes? Which is, I think, a reference to the school album. Is that the school album? So I have the school album here. I think those are on the inside. Do you mean like these? Or do you mean like this one? So the school album has 2 envelopes. It's got this envelope, which is half on one side of the page and half on the other, and it holds a hidden folder inside. But then it's also a seamless envelope, and then what I did is I put this wallet in all of them. I put this photo wallet in all of those. In all of the ones that are on the kind of that form the back of the page. They all have like this a photo wallet in them. And this one, my guess is I'm going to open it and it's also going to have a photo wallet in it. Yeah, it has a photo wallet as well. So I just put like photo wallets in all of the seamless envelopes so that you could have more room for photos. And this is the Catch a Tag Remastered. If you like this school album and you're looking for its tutorial, this is Catch a Tag Remastered. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they all just have photo wallets in them. Yeah. Yeah, they all have photo wallets. That's what's in all of them. Oh, I replaced... maybe I did replace it because here's the lunch pails. So maybe they did get replaced. Yeah, here's the lunch pails. Lunch boxes. All right. So I just made envelopes for no reason. Maybe that's you know, it happens. I do change my mind. So I will be back tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern USA time to continue the Christmas in July book. We will be hopefully starting the decorating tonight. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that would be nice. I would be happy if that happened. So we shall see. But thank you so much for watching. Those of you who are overseas and it's getting late where you are and you're headed to dinner or to bed, have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next week. And then everyone else, I'll see you tonight. So thanks so much for watching. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And I'll see you next time. Bye now.